Oh, do you remember I lent you some money the other day?
Look, a bird! Hi guys, do you always get the wrong answer in reading? That's probably because of distractors. By the
Yeah.
end of this video, you will be more comfortable with looking at distractors and identifying them.
Definitely. My name's Phil.
And I'm Michael.
And you're watching the IELTS Grind.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Okay, so when we say distractor, what we mean is that within the question or the text, there's some elements, some information that the examiner is using in order to separate different levels of students taking the test. And they can be really tricky, quite mean sometimes, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why are they so mean?
Because, those examiners, they have no friends. They do this for fun.
They're just terrible, terrible people.
Yeah. But seriously, so today we're talking about distractors. So it's a little bit different. Normally we tell you what the right answer is, but today we're concentrating on what the wrong answer is and why.
Yep. And hopefully over time you'll start to see these patterns, and when you're doing your practice tests, you'll be able to look at an answer and go, I think that's wrong because of this reason.
Okay, so let's get into it and talk about our first example today.
Yes. And so what you can do is we have reading with some questions below, and you can do that at your own time. Pause the video if you want to now.
It's in the description right below.
And unpause. Hi guys. So, like we said before, we're not going to be focusing on the right answer. We're going to be focusing on the wrong answer,
which is, I think, more helpful to you today.
Yes. And guys, this is the first thing that we're going to be doing is the matching heading questions.
Yeah.
So for this one, we're going to have to read the whole thing to see what it is. Remember, guys, matching headings means finding the heading that matches the main idea of the whole paragraph.
That's really important.
Yes, not just a supporting detail, which is one way they distract you.
Oh, you're giving it all away. Okay, so first of all, I think it's a good idea if we read through the headings, the list of headings. So let's do that. Okay. So we've got 8 here. So the first one is making magic.
And the second one, being good on camera.
Number 3, planning makes perfect.
Number 4, a dry run.
Number 5, how to work the camera.
Number 6, who should do the planning.
7, performing checks.
And 8, preventing too many retakes.
Yeah. So we should say that if we had read the title, this is a text all about making YouTube videos. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take each of the paragraphs one by one and talk about what the distractors could be.
Now, obviously, there are going to be some distractors that just are not connected at all. We're not going to be looking at those. We are only going to be looking at the ones that are probably there to trick you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to paragraph A.
The first thing to do when making a YouTube video is to make a good plan. A good plan is not too detailed to ensure that the video still has an organic feel when it is being produced, but it should still have the relevant points to make sure that the talent stays on topic. This is especially true of educational YouTube videos where there are clear learning goals that the student should be meeting by the end of the video.
Okay.
So guys, let's see which 2 or 3 do we think are connected here?
Okay, so if I was going to choose which headings match to that paragraph, it has to be 3, and it definitely had to be 6. So we're talking about planning makes perfect, or who should do the planning. I don't think anything else really connects directly to it. Okay, so what is the wrong answer? Well, I would say it's who should do the planning, because it doesn't talk about any people in that paragraph.
Exactly.
It maybe refers to it has to be done by somebody, but it doesn't tell us who does it. So that is a classic distractor.
And remember, if that was the heading, the whole paragraph would have to be about who is doing the planning.
So Michael must do the planning for every video.
And it's terrible because Michael is a terrible planner. And
so clearly that is not the case for this paragraph. So number 3 is the right answer.
Yep.
Okay, so shall we move on to the next one, B?
Yes. Okay. After you.
The second step is to do a rehearsal run. This means acting out the entire video and all the lines as well as practicing delivery. The purpose of this is to work out the kinks and work on the flow of the video. We have found that this dramatically improves quality, though if it is done too much, it can lead to the resulting actual take coming across as stilted. This is especially true of jokes, where they get less funny the more they are told. Isn't that true?
Yes, we know firsthand. We have ruined many wonderful jokes.
Okay, so what do you think? Any distractors there? Which ones would you go for?
I think that there are definitely 2 or 3 that go here. Okay, the first one is being good on camera, and the second one is a dry run.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. So what's the wrong answer?
So the wrong answer is definitely being good on camera. Now this is tricky because if we go back to the paragraph, we can see that it does talk about how to improve, but it's not talking about what to do to be good on camera.
No, this is not the entire topic of that paragraph.
Yes, and in fact, the answer is because
it's high level English, really.
The topic sentence.
Yeah.
A rehearsal run. What's a synonym for a rehearsal run?
Dry run.
A dry run. And this is actually another example of a distractor where it's the right answer, but the vocab is so high level that the examiners want you to choose a different one. They want you to see a dry run and go, I don't know what that means. I don't think it's the answer.
Those tricky examiners.
Terrible people.
Okay, so let's jump into paragraph C.
Okay. So the third step is perhaps the most important. Tests need to be done to make sure all the equipment is working properly and to prevent retakes from having to be done. It is very bad for morale when an entire video needs to be reshot. These tests include checking the lights, the mics, and the camera. Not only does the team need to make sure it's recording, the shot needs to be framed to make sure only what is needed is within. So, which ones do you think are possible answers here?
So I think definitely performing checks, preventing too many retakes, they seem...
And Phil, which one is wrong?
Preventing too many retakes.
Okay.
I think this is just a detail. So if we look back at that paragraph, it's all about, everything is about different bits of equipment and if they're in working order. Whereas the line where we actually do get some of the words, which we have prevent retakes.
It's right there.
It's right there. But it's just one very small part of the entire paragraph. It's not the topic, it's not the subject.
Okay. Then why is performing checks correct?
Well, if we look at it, it talks about make sure all the equipment is working properly. And then it talks about these tests include checking lights, the mic, the camera. So there's lots more of it that's connected to the main idea.
Which is tests.
Tests.
Which is a synonym for
checks.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Then the next paragraph.
Okay. Finally, after all these steps are done, the actual filming can begin. Be sure to sit up straight, look confident, and speak clearly. Be careful of speaking too quickly, especially if you're making content for non-native speakers. Also, be careful of sensitive topics as YouTube can connect you to a global audience. Finally, try to do it all in one take so that it's easier to edit.
Okay, so if we look at these headings again, we can see that there's really only one answer, right? Making magic.
Yeah, but this is also a distractor.
It's really tough. This is an example of something that I would expect only an 8 or a 9 to get, because you need to understand that making magic it's kind of an idiom.
Yeah, we're not talking about Harry Potter here.
Yeah.
We're talking more Steven Spielberg.
Yes, exactly. Making movie magic.
Yeah.
This is what it's alluding to. This is what it's referring to. And that's what the final paragraph is about, is making the video itself.
Yeah. So, I mean, in our example, could you get there just by the fact that there's nothing else really talking about it? Possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't think in the exam you could make this leap, this connection. if you didn't know that phrase, making magic is connected to
Which
film.
is okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to get every question right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Cool.
So let's move on now to talk about true, false, not given questions.
Okay.
Now, remember guys, the thing here is to make sure you look for tricky words. These are the words that are probably different, and keywords, and then finding them in the text. Now, again, we are going to focus on the wrong answers.
But I just want to say that we have made some fantastic videos about true, false, not given. And if you want a bit more practice, you can check out the link up there and it will take you to that video. But let's get back to distractors.
So I'll read the first one.
Yeah, okay.
Before you do anything else, you should determine what will be in the video.
Okay.
Now, this is a bit tricky because before you do anything else and determine are kind of high-level words.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I think I know where this is. This is definitely in the first paragraph.
And we know that because we've read it before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we look at it, before you do anything, it talks about the, if we go back to the text, the first thing it says, right? So that synonym there, okay, that's a bit tricky. And then it talks about determine. Now, to determine something is actually to plan it out. So the answer here is it's true.
Yep.
But it's those words that are the distractors. They can lead you astray. They could get you to the wrong answer.
You need to understand that before you do anything else means the first thing that you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the next one we've got?
Okay. We have rehearsing the video helps lessen mistakes and makes the resulting video better.
Okay. So this must be in the second paragraph, right?
Because of rehearsing. It's really nice, connects right to the topic sentence, a rehearsal run, rehearsing, nice.
Okay, so if we have a look at it again, so we're looking lessen mistakes. I think lessen mistakes, that's also, not, I don't know if everyone would know lessen, meaning to have fewer, less of. So if we read it, it talks about the quality, so it improves quality.
That's something I think most people can find.
Yeah. But
yes.
I can't see anything really about mistakes there.
Oh, well, how to find lessen mistakes. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's in the previous sentence. The purpose of this is to work out the kinks and work on the flow of the video.
Oh, that's the thing, kinks. That's not an easy word, is it?
No, it's not.
So kinks are when things don't run smoothly, don't go well. So a kink in a plan would be something you hadn't thought of or a problem, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, this would definitely be connected to mistakes, yeah. So,
all right. So again, the answer here is true, but it's wrong. It's tricky because of the fact that there are words that you don't know between them.
Definitely.
Now, luckily, you could make a pretty good guess because make the video better and improve the video really clear, but you've got to make sure everything connects when you do true, false, not given.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one we've got is a bad video always needs to be reshot. And the distractor here is with that adverb of frequency, always.
Yes, that is the tricky word.
Yeah. So what do you think in this one?
Well, first of all, I think that this would be in the third paragraph. Okay. And they say reshot in the third paragraph.
They do. It's there. It must be the answer, right? It must be true, right?
I found it. We got it.
Let's move on. But wait. Does it mention anything else?
Let's see the sentence where it comes from. It is very bad for morale when an entire video needs to be reshot. These tests include checking the lights, the mics, and the camera. So the second sentence there, nothing about it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you see the word bad in video. Now, if I didn't know better, I might push them together. If I didn't know what morale meant.
Yes.
Which is, feeling the general mood of people, whether it's good or bad. So here, in fact, the answer is...
not given.
It's not there. It doesn't mention bad videos, really.
And this is one of the reasons why students hate true, false, not given. Again, if you want more practice with that, link over here. It's over there. You suck.
Okay. Next one. What's the next one?
It is because it's not given. They don't talk about the frequency at all. They don't say how often. They don't say never. They don't say always. They don't say sometimes. Because they don't talk about that, the answer is not given.
Yeah. Okay, so the last example we have for true, false, not given is you shouldn't shoot the video in one go to make editing easier. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I remember this in the final paragraph.
Yes.
Yep.
And in fact, I think it was even in the final sentence, right?
Yeah. But I think this is a massive distractor.
Why?
Because it's a hidden nose. What do I mean by hidden nose?
Okay, guys, let's take a look. So the final sentence of the final paragraph. Finally, try to do it all in one take so that editing is so that it is easier to edit. And then we can see that they say you shouldn't shoot the video in one go to make it easier to edit. Video in one go, video in one take. They have the same meaning.
Yeah.
Editing easier, it's the same. You guys think it's true? You missed the no.
Yeah.
Where is the no?
Shouldn't, should not.
Yes.
So we're saying that here you should not do this thing, whereas in the text they're saying you should do it. So the answer is false.
Yes, and this is a really common way that they will trick you on true, false, not given. Again, the hidden nose.
Hidden nose.
Now,
Is that going to become a thing?
I hope so.
I think so.
Maybe they will start appearing in videos. Can you find the hidden nose? But the what you guys should be doing here is looking for them. Here, it wasn't actually too difficult to find because it's in the question.
Yeah.
But they will sometimes have it hiding in the text. And sometimes it will be no, sometimes it will be not or none. And sometimes they will use CC words like however and but.
Yeah.
You've got to be looking for these things that can change the meaning of the sentence.
Just remember that last thing for the next examples. Let's move on and talk about another question type. So what's next? Multiple choice.
Yep, multiple choice and choose the best answer. This is when you're looking for one answer.
Okay.
So to make a video, you need to A, plan everything out. B, ensure the talent is comfortable. C, raise morale, or D, test to make sure everything is working.
Okay, so because we've gone through the text before, I kind of know where some of this information can be found.
And it's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, it
like
is all
some's
over.
in paragraph 1A, some's in paragraph B, some's in C. And there's one last thing. Remember, guys, when you're doing this one, treat multiple choice like true, false, not given. The correct answer is true, and then the others are false or not given.
Yeah, so first of all, plan everything out. Now, there's a tricky word there, I think.
Yes.
Everything.
Yep.
This stinks. Stinks like a distractor to me. So it's definitely in the first paragraph.
Yes.
And if we look there, in the second line, it mentions a good plan is not too detailed. So not too detailed means you don't plan everything. You have an overview, perhaps.
Yes.
So this one cannot be the answer. And
That's
it's
right.
that everything, right?
Distractor number 1.
Yeah.
Dead.
Okay. Any other distractors? There must be more, right?
Yes. There has to be 2 more. Let's look at the next one. Ensure that the talent is comfortable. Now, talent, we saw that word before.
You feeling good there?
Not when you touch my shoulder.
Okay, right.
Jeez.
Uncomfortable.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable talent. Okay, so what do you think for this one?
Ensure the talent is comfortable. First, let's find which paragraph it's talking about the talent. Okay, again, it is the first one. Ensure, okay, that the talent stays on topic. So it should still have relevant points to make sure the talent stays on topic. I think this is a distractor because it does have talent, it does have make sure, ensure, but it's not about staying on topic. Yeah. It's about comfort. There's nothing here about the talent being comfortable.
So, I mean, if it's so obvious, why could a student fall for this and choose it as the right answer?
Maybe if they don't know the meaning of talent.
Yeah.
Maybe if they don't know ensure, okay? And I believe there's actually one more part here where we mention actors. And someone may go, oh, talent and actors, but again, They don't talk about if they're comfortable or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that leaves us with C, raise morale. So
Okay.
I've definitely seen that word morale, yeah?
Mhm.
So I would go straight to that place. So it's in
Paragraph B. Yes, paragraph B.
okay, so yeah.
And by paragraph B, I mean paragraph C.
Okay, so we found it. It's in paragraph C.
It is very bad for morale
Yeah.
when an entire video needs to be reshot.
Okay, so here, raise morale, bad for morale. You might choose that because you think raise means up.
Yep.
Bad is maybe down. But the thing is, it doesn't actually say you should do this to make people feel happier. So if you read it in detail, the information is not the same. So the distractor is the word morale, I think.
It's a keyword in the text that you find, but it's just there to trick you. They don't talk about it. And if we go to the last one, test to make sure everything is working. First of all, if A is not right, and B is not right, and C is not right, what's the answer?
That's the next one. But yeah, so today we're talking about why things are the wrong answer. So D is the right answer because it talks about that in paragraph C, right? When
That's
they're talking
right.
about checks. Yeah.
Yep.
And we've kind of, if we had done previous questions, we may already know this, right? Okay, so let's move on to one final example of distractors in another question type. And this is short answers. So the two questions we have, what do you need to make sure the actors stay on topic? And what improves video quality? So we're really looking for two nouns, I would say here. So what do you need to make sure the actors stay on topic? Well, if we go back to the text, we saw that word actors somewhere and we saw topic. So if we check back where that is.
Yes. Stay on topic is in the first paragraph.
So if we look at the first paragraph here, it says, if I read back, a good plan is not too detailed to ensure that the video still has an organic feel when it is being produced, but it should still have the relevant points to make sure that the talent stays on topic. Now, the distractors here are probably going to be other nouns.
All the nouns.
Yeah. So we could choose talent, maybe points,
relevant points,
organic feel, perhaps.
Yeah.
Basically, here, if you don't know what talent means, you may choose that. But talent is the same as actors here, so it can't be the answer, right?
But that happens all the time. It's such a common distractor where the student doesn't know the noun, and so they don't know that they're writing a synonym. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we track it back, what helps you to stay on topic? You've got to go right back to plan. A good plan it's a subject in this case. So I think possibly if you can see that the object of a sentence is what's in your question, it's not a stupid thing to choose the subject of the sentence as your answer.
This is where grammar can be your friend.
Yeah. Oh, growing up, grammar was my only friend. Okay, and the other question was, what improves video quality? So again, I would search for video quality, and when I find it, which is in the second paragraph here, so it
improves quality.
Yeah. So the purpose of this is to work out the kinks and work on the flow of the video. We have found that this dramatically improves quality. So video quality, right?
Yep.
But here, the distractor is that the answer is not in that sentence.
It uses referencing.
Yeah, so it says the purpose, we have found that this demonstrative is referring back to something. So this, if we track back, it's actually a rehearsal run.
And it's really far away. It's 3 sentences away. There's a lot of referencing in this paragraph. If we backtrack, we can say, we have found this dramatically improves quality. The purpose of this is to work out the kinks and work on the flow of the video. So this is rehearsal run.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just this connects to that, this connects to that. There,
Well, those examiners,
yes.
they're terrible people. Okay, guys, so this has been a video all about distractors, and although we normally talk about the right answers, it's sometimes worth practicing what the wrong answers are and why. It's going to really help you in the exam for reading in particular.
All right, guys, this has been Michael.
And I'm Phil. You've been watching the IELTS Grind. Don't forget that if you're interested in any more tips about reading, you can check out some videos at the end of this video and keep on learning. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye. I think we finished it.
Yeah!